Welcome back, everybody. So we are now here live for episode number 2 of Unboxed. And today we're going to go back to an old favorite of mine. So KEF. These guys make amazing speakers. And we've got the KEF LSX II LTs that we're going to take out of the box today and take a look at. Now, the LT is I think the step down model from the non-LT of the LSX IIs. So they do make 2 different versions of those at different price points. These are the less expensive model, but they're still powered speakers. And we're going to go through and take a look at these and see exactly what all we've got going on here. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. If you have any questions, please feel free to jump in and let me know. You can put those in the comments, and I should see those come across here. And let's take a look. So we're going to have 3 different camera views today. We've got front. We've got 3/4 over here, and then we've got top down as well. And it looks like we've got maybe a factory fresh version of this guy. I don't think this one has ever been opened before, so that's kind of nice. Sometimes you'll get these and they've been opened by other reviewers, and you're getting the second go or third or fourth or fifth. But I think these are brand new, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. So. We'll look at the box, scan to unlock exclusive benefits, or visit kef.world/mykef. Picture of the speaker here, KEF LSX II LT wireless hi-fi speakers. On this side, we're going to be looking at the stone white version of these LSX II LTs wireless hi-fi speakers. Apple AirPlay, Chromecast, Qobuz, QPlay, whatever that is, music, Spotify, another Spotify, Deezer, Tidal Connect, Bluetooth, and then a bunch of text that I'm not going to read. Model number and stuff here. We've got front here of all the information, and on the bottom, nothing much there. So everybody that's just joined, we've got Sci-Phonics with us today. Welcome to the show, sir. Looks good, sounds good, thanks. Yeah, in the kitchen, things are a little echoey. So I don't obviously have any sound treatment in here. And I'm using this little microphone. So, and this is pretty much the only space that I've got that really gives me a good working spot for this. But, it is what it is. So we'll plow through this and see how this goes. But thanks for joining. Anybody else out there, if you have questions, please let me know as we go along. You're seeing this as I'm seeing it. I've never opened up one of these before. And sometimes you get some shenanigans when you don't know what's up. But that's the joy of doing this live. I think I'll do this every Sunday live. We'll see. If there are better dates, let me know if there's a time that you think is better for this. You can do it on the weekends, can do it on the weeknights, evenings, that kind of thing. So I'm open to figure this out. I've got a number of things I need to open, so I'll probably do several of these just to kind of catch up with everything and get everything out of the box. What Sci-Phonics said is always super helpful here, right? So when these streams are going, just a sound check and a video check is really, really nice to get, because I don't have anybody else on here to listen back, and I'm not monitoring in headphones or anything. So that's always super appreciated. All right, so we've got KEF branded tape here across the top. That is quite strong. There we go. All right, let's give you top down on this guy so you can see as we get into it. All right, so we see the top of the crate. This is labeled power cable. This is labeled accessory. One thing I noticed as I did this before too is before I was kind of getting my head into it, and man, nobody wants to see that. I think I've corrected that issue this time around. So let's see. I'll take out this because it's easy to pull out. Set it off to the side. Power cable. Accessories. Also easy to remove. And then this protective crate comes out. Set that over to the side. Again, welcome to all the folks that have just joined. We are unboxing the KEF LSX II LTs, and they're cute. I mean, they're kind of small. Important here, lift from the sides. So on one side of this, you're going to have amplification connections, and the other side you'll have the drivers, and you obviously don't want to poke those. So let's lift from the side, get these out. And number two, they're good weight. You know, they're like 5-6 pounds each, 7 pounds, something like that maybe. And then here in the bottom, silica, and I think that's it for the stuff in the box. Now, for folks that don't know, I really, really do like these speakers, just the brand KEF. I've been a big KEF fan for a long time now, and there's a lot of use cases for these, and I'll cover off on use cases in the review video for these speakers. But you can use this for everything from sitting beside a television. You can use this with a computer. You can use this as a dedicated 2-channel listening experience. And the great part is that everything's in these, right? It's all baked in, so you don't need an amplifier and a streamer and all this other stuff. It's all in there. Now, this is, like I said, the step-down version. And one thing that this does not have that the more expensive version has is a Roon approved, and I'm a big Roon guy. And Roon is a streaming tool that you can use to stream music to all of your endpoints inside of your home, and I really like that. But this one, these don't have it. But you know, you can't have everything, I suppose. All right, just as an aside, today's menu of the day was spaghetti and meatballs that my wife made, and it was delicious. I'll probably have it for dinner as well. So I'm very curious what everybody else out there has been eating today. What is your food? So let's set the speakers to the side. And let's go cycle through this side and number 3. And for those that are interested, this setup is the cameras are all 3 Ozbot tail airs. They're PTZ cameras, and I'm running HDMI out to a Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro ISO with the DJI microphone, which is plugged in here. Let me give you this view so you can kind of see more what's going on. So you got the ATEM Mini Pro here, the microphone. You can see there's a stand here for the overhead. I've got 2 tripods with cameras, one here and one over there. All the cameras are the same and identical. And I'm just using practical lighting that's in the room. And I have a big glass door, double sliding glass door that's letting some light in. And we have a lot of snow out, so I'm getting a lot of light bounce. So hopefully the lighting is good. And Symphonic says he made KD and bacon. Nice. I think you had mentioned before that you might be doing just food and movies inside today, which is always one of my favorite things to do. Obviously, if you look at me, you can tell that I love the food. All right, and then, I've got my Samsung laptop right here that's running StreamYard and the control software for all of the cameras. All right, so now we're going to open up this accessory box. And I do have the camera oriented correctly so that I can do everything from my point of view from the top down. Oh, gosh, this is so nice. This is just like you're opening a new one for yourself. This is a brand new unit, and it is gorgeous. So we've got batteries here, still fresh and wrapped. I wonder if this will focus up here if I bring this really close. Yeah, look at that. Looks like we are getting some focus way up there. So that's good. And I do like these tail air cameras. And I'll be making a video about this streaming setup that I've got going here to show how all of this stuff works together. And having these 3 tail airs from Ozbot really makes things nice because I can kind of get the tripods and everything in the right position. And then the cameras, I use PTZ. There's some tricks that I haven't dealt with yet, like there's NDI, which is like broadcast of the signal over Ethernet. I haven't played with that. I've just used HDMI, and they gave me a remote control to use with these as well. And I'm going to learn how to use that rather than just using the software in the computer because it might be easier. Now, these also have really cool features where they'll do tracking. Oh, snap. I think I might have accidentally activated the tracking on number 1. Yeah, see that? Okay, I didn't mean to, but now it's on person tracking. So there are hand gestures that make these things do things. So we'll just leave this on tracking, and it can track me here. is it this that turns it off? I don't know. Like if you do this, you can like make it zoom or so. I don't know. There's different stuff, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna mess with that. I'll just let it track me for the rest of here. All right, now top down, we have a blue box. Since 1961, KEF's mission has been to preserve the integrity of sound with as little intervention as possible, from treble to bass and everything in between. All right, that's nice. I like that. And we'll open this up. And I try not to rip this stuff because I really like keeping all of these things when I buy things myself, keeping it all nice and fresh. Particularly if I ever want to go back and resell it to the next person, because I want them to have a nice experience too with everything and not have stuff lost. So hello, welcome to KEF, man. That is really pretty. I mean, that is nice. The Sound of Life and KEF Sound Lab. And if you guys pick up any background noise, you know, we're a full function household here, so there's no telling what all's going on. The kids are going upstairs and they're streaming right now, I think some game stuff, so it gets loud. So we've got the black booklet, then we have a quick start guide, and it's just open like this. Then we have safety information specifications. These are always rather thick. We've got that. And then we've got this, and there are, what is this? Oh, there's little, I guess maybe these are for each of the speakers. I don't know, little stickers. I don't know. Environmental labeling and packaging. All right. So we will box all this stuff back up. Oh, I wish they were green too, because there is a green color of this speaker. There is a green color of this speaker that is just absolutely beautiful. Here, I'm gonna walk around and do stuff, right? It has the green color of the speaker that is absolutely beautiful. However, these, I believe, are in the Alpine white, but the green is like almost a racing car kind of green, and it's really, really cool. So let's go back here. We're done with these guys. Ooh, and I left out a sticker. Get back in there. Okay, now we're down to remote control. And this always messes up. Oh, no, it's opening up. I was gonna say it always messes up the packaging, but that actually opened up pretty nicely. All right, and then, man, this is what I would call a minimalistic remote. This bad boy has not a lot on it. There is power, mute, play, reverse, fast forward, a up and down, and a left and right. And that is it. I assume that they'll use these to select sources, and maybe this is volume up and down. And then obviously we know what those are, those keys. But that's it. It's a lightweight plastic, sounds kind of hollow. Batteries will go in there, and we'll put those in later, not now. So that's what we've got from a remote perspective. So far, the unboxing experience is really nice with this. It all feels premium. It all feels quality, especially the printed materials. Very nice. Okay, now we're not done here. There is a, looks like the connector here has come loose. Let's put this back on. A USB-C cable. Now, you might be saying, what the heck is a USB-C cable for on this? You're not going to plug these into your computer. Well, this, I believe, is the cross connect between the left and right speaker. On the higher end non-LT model of these, there is a speaker amp in the back of each unit. In these, there's just one connection and everything runs across here. So you're going to be moving power from one unit to the other, as that there's only one power plug in here, as opposed to the step-up model, the non-LT model, which has plates on both of the speakers. All right, so we're done with this. Let's put this stuff back in. I'm going to keep this out because I do plan to use this and plug this up just so you can see what that looks like. Obviously, there'll be more information in the video, but we can cover off of a little bit of that stuff now. And we'll give you a final look here at this. And off to the side. Now we'll move on to the power cable. My prediction is power cable. Probably nothing else in here. Yep, that's all there is. Nice and rubbery, bendable. It's got two Velcro straps on it, and it uses the, let's see, can you see the Mickey Mouse style of connection? All right, now we are getting down to the meat of this. All right, so we've got two of these bad boys to unbox. Let me see here. Maybe I can turn this off just a little bit. I'm playing around with the settings now. I'm going to turn off normal tracking, and then I'm going to scooch down just a little bit. Oh, that gets too white, way too bright. And then let's give it a little zoom here. All right, okay, so let's do that. All right, chops my head off a bit, but that's okay. We're here for the speakers, right? So you can see from that perspective here and here. So let's take one of these away for now. And let's do this 3/4 view. I think it's probably most interesting. So there's a lot of tape all the way around. Nice, soft, protective materials. Let's try and not rip this stuff up too much. Tape is coming off without ripping the protective. What do you call this stuff, everybody out there? What is this stuff called? It's not styrofoam, styrofoam-ish. I'm not really sure. All right, and then let's go here and we'll turn this thing around so you can see the front as we unveil. Oh man, this is gorgeous. Look at that thing. Oh my goodness. That is a pretty speaker. That is a beaut right there. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's get you over here. Get you some of this. And then let's see. I can hold you up here. You can see the sensor for the remote control, so apparently it is IR. It's using its concentric Uni-Q technology, which is common to all KEF. The base has a nice speaker stand, threaded insert, 4 rubber feet, some information, and then the plate amp here on the back. And we have, so I flip my glasses up, a reset button, a Bluetooth pairing button, optical in USB, sub out, which I love, eARC, the cross connect to the other speaker network, and power. All right, we'll set that down. Now this speaker is noticeably lighter than this one. Yeah, it's maybe 2/3 the weight, something like that. It's a lot lighter, obviously, because I don't think it's got the plate on the back, plate amp. But we'll see. We will expose all secrets here in just a minute, as far as that's concerned. This tape is not playing ball as nice as the other side. There we go. Give you a little bit of this, and then we'll swing you around this way. And the great reveal. I'm with Siphonics. I do like the green a lot better. The white is mighty fine, but that green would have been really cool. Blue Line says stretchy speaker wrap as name. That works for me. This stretchy speaker wrap is here. All right. Now, let's see. We've got the two of these guys going. Flip you back this way. And there we go. So let's expose the rear of these so you can see what we got going on. All right. Let's if I'm getting any closer here, get much closer. Let's see if I can zoom this camera number 2 for you just a bit. Yeah, I do think it'd be nice to have the handheld remote for this instead of using the software on the laptop. Now this isn't a true optical zoom. This is just taking the 4K, making it bigger. However, I can go 4x on this because I'm broadcasting at 1080p before things kind of get too crazy and bad from a quality point of view. All right, so here we go. So I think maybe you can see this pretty decently. Let's get this guy in frame too. So there you go. That's the difference in the two. As you can see, this guy only has the USB. Thank you, Blue Lines. All credit to the Osbot Tail Air webcams for this, doing a pretty good job for us. So that's the unboxing. Let's go ahead and while I've got everybody here, let's just do a little connectivity on this, and we'll plug these in so we can kind of see what that's going to look like. So I will see if I can get this cable. There we go. This cable undone. This one as well. This is not stretchy stuff. This is very sticky, hard plastic. And again, just a close up on the cable here. There's nothing special about this. This is just USB-C. And now let's cable this up. I like this wireless mic because I can just walk around wherever I want to, and it just works. So this will plug in here. Get a little click. And this is a KEF branded as well, which is nice, right? So if you have a bunch of these, you're like, which one is which one? Not that it matters, but this is the one. Okay, USB. All right, so this is 2PS. I don't know what PS is, but this one says 2PS, so I assume that's where it goes because they're both going 2PS. And now we've got our standard Mickey Mouse power, which I will, let's see, not fully undo. Let's just do a little bit of this here. And I'm going to talk about this in just a little bit too, because this is really kind of magical the way these speakers work. All right, so there. Now, these have Wi-Fi, and the great part is, at this point, these speakers are done. I mean, they're cabled, right? This is all it really takes to set these things up. I'm going to zoom back out. Zoom out, please. All right, so, and we'll spin these around if I can do it without pulling things too tightly. So while setting these up, that's all there is to it from a cabling point of view. You just plug this into power, and these bad boys are now working. And that's really cool, right? So what you don't have are a lot of additional components. So you don't have an amp, you don't have maybe an integrated, you don't have an external streaming device, you don't have any of that stuff, right? You have these two speakers and you're good to go. Now, if you wanted to connect these to your computer, so we can talk through some use case stuff here, I guess. How would I do that? I would probably use optical out of my PC, plug in here, and then I would use the sub out to go down to the Cube 15, which I will be unboxing very soon from KEF as well. which is a really going to be rocking awesome subwoofer. And can you imagine these guys with a 15-inch sub on your PC setup? That would be pretty cool. Now, let's talk through 2-channel setup, just 2-channel music with a subwoofer. That setup is done. You have this, and then this would run out to your sub, and the sub would plug into power, and that setup is complete. Then let's talk about television. So if you wanted to use this with a TV and you didn't have any other components, you would take and run HDMI cable from your TV into here, so it even says TV, but this is really HDMI eARC, and then sub out to that 15, and that would be a really good 2.1 for your TV setup. So I mean, these have everything. On the step-up models, the non-LT, they even have more connectivity. But this has the core. So if you look, there's no aux port on this one, like a 3.5 millimeter to plug in something. I think that port is now losing steam even here, right? So obviously they took it off of cell phones, but now it's even gone on these speakers, and I think you'll see that less and less over time. And then network right there. So that would allow you to hop on if you wanted to do wired. And I do have wired pretty much everywhere. And I do that quite a bit. All right, so let's disconnect these, flip these things around for you one more time. Anybody have any questions around what we've looked at so far with these? Oh, maybe I'll do this. I'll leave that one like that, and then this one like that. And maybe we can talk about the drivers just a little bit. I don't know all of the specifics. I don't remember the generation, if these are 13th generation UniQ or whatnot, but oh yeah, the KC92, that's another KEF subwoofer, and that would be pretty rocking as well. Maybe I'll get one of those in to look at some point. But after these, the next piece of KEF gear will be the Cube 15, which is over there. It's in the other room. With a stack of other stuff. I think the next piece of gear that I'm going to unbox on here will be the new Onkyo RZ70, which is a pretty awesome AVR, a really good piece of gear there. But so we'll top down it, and we'll do the light one. So if you look, you got your speaker surround, and then this cone is your mid-range / mid-bass driver, but in the middle you have a tweeter, and the tweeter just sits there. This speaker moves around the tweeter, so it gives you that central point source for all of the sound. It's not the same as if you had a tweeter up here and then your mid-range driver, which can create some phase differences between the speakers. Not a lot, I mean, it's super tiny, but this gives you single point source, which is really, really, really nice and awesome. And then you have I believe it's called the Tangerine waveguide on the top of that dome tweeter that's in there. Now, on the back of this, if I can hold this, I'll hold it with both hands. You can see this is a ported design. So this is bass reflex, and it's a small port, but that's going to give you a little more low-end extension for those that don't have a subwoofer. Although I strongly suggest with any speaker of this size using a subwoofer one way or another, because these are only going to go down so low, and I'll measure them, and I don't know what the specifications are from the website, but it can't be much lower than, I don't know, 40 hertz or something like that. All right, come on out. Yeah, I think having the remote control to just, and it does it, would be better than having the laptop over here. I do need the laptop for StreamYard and everybody's comments, but I could have the control for the cameras a little more streamlined. So Cyphonic says coaxial, concentric, coincidentally, and then yeah, UniQ, I think version 13. I think it might be 13 as well. I have to look and see. I'll call that out as I do all the research and play with these for the video. So what I plan to do for the review video here, I will cut and paste some of this unboxing, and I'll call out to this video. So if anybody wants to see the full 20 minutes, where we at 30 minutes on unboxing this, obviously in the video it'll be condensed down to 2 minutes maybe as I talk over some of the features. And then we'll go through the plug-in setup there, look at the software, how to control this. There's going to be an app for your phone and that kind of stuff. And then I'll listen to these and see what they sound like. I'm going to test these in my living room area, and I'll probably unbox that Cube 15 before I film this video, and use that Cube 15 in this video as well. I think it'd be really good to match these with a actual KEF subwoofer as opposed to some of the other stuff I've got in there, which is all great gear. But I want to use KEF on KEF where possible. And I'm just looking around right now at these cameras to see these two ground-mounted ones. I had long enough USB-C cables to keep them plugged into power, and they are still showing 4 bars full. This guy up above, you, Mr. Above Camera, I didn't have long enough USB cable to plug you in, and you're now down to 3 out of 4 bars on power. And you've been going about half an hour. So I should imagine I could get a full hour out of you if I needed to. But I will be buying some longer cables for this. All right. So what song will you listen to first? White? Which album, I think you mean. So I'll be streaming, and man, that's a good question. Which song will I listen to first? Let's go old school. So I like all types of music, and I'm not what you would consider a classical audiophile. So, it won't be Diana Krall or, some Led Zeppelin or something like that. But maybe I'll do maybe some Cake, if you're familiar with Cake. Those are fun. Maybe, yeah, and then, Sci-Fi was like, yes, White Album, Beatles. I'm not really a big Beatles guy either. I never really was strong into that 60s era kind of music. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. I was born in the 70s. Gosh, what else? Maybe some Matthew Sweet. That's kind of keeping it old school. How about some Seal from his first album? Really, really good stuff there. So there's a lot of stuff, but I'll pick one of those 3 to be the first song that I listen to. And then I'll probably see if I can get Rune to play through Apple AirPlay to these guys. Even though they're not Rune certified, maybe AirPlay will get Rune to them. And if I do that, then I'll just let Rune go crazy, and I'll just let it run for a couple hours. And then I'll get to hear all kinds of stuff that I never anticipated. And that's one thing I really like about it. When you've got a streaming service or 2, and I use Qobuz, but now Tidal's got like a pretty good pricing tier now. So maybe I'll pick up Tidal again. If there are any Tidal folks out there, give me a demo account. I would love that. Then I can play with it and see what I think about it. I haven't had Tidal in a long, long time. Just let it go, right? When you've got a couple of streaming services like that, you just, play one song, and then it'll start picking stuff, and it'll just go crazy. And then it's just, you can find yourself hours later. I do that a lot when I'm editing video. So I'll just be in the basement, and I'll turn on whatever speakers I have in the 2-channel testing area down there, and let things just go. And I love it. It's good times. All right, let's see if we got any other things. Dire Straits, Communicate. I'm okay with the Dire Straits. I'm down with that. That is all good. And Sci-Fi says, enjoy the flow. That's a good option. Yeah, and it lets me find stuff that that I was never familiar with before. So that's also a good thing. All right. That concludes the unboxing of the KEF LSX II LTs. I wonder what LT, it's got to mean something. Long tooth. Lesser throughput. No, that can't be right. I don't know. I have no idea what the LT. Anybody know what the LT means? I don't know. But anyway, we're done with the unboxing. Any final questions from anybody out in the audience? There are a number of you out there that are being nice and quiet. If there is anything that you want covered, please let me know. Last chance. All right, we're done. Thank you so much for joining. And remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell. You can find me on YouTube at Jiles McCoy, which is probably where you're watching at right now. Although I do have one person from Twitch on right now, which I appreciate, and 3 people from X. So if you are on X or Twitch, come over to YouTube. Please drop me a subscribe. I would love that, at Jiles McCoy. And then for all other channels, I am at the Jiles McCoy, because there's only one of me. I think that's all the world can handle and all the world needs. Cheers to you as well, Sci-Phonics Audio. And if there are any Sci-Phonics fans in here, follow his channel as well. He covers a lot of hi-fi shows, and he will be at Expona as the next one, maybe. I don't know. He told me, and I don't remember, so I apologize, but pretty sure he'll be at Expona. And I think he's at Montreal, but did Montreal already happen? I can't remember. That's what happens when your brain doesn't work anymore. And with that, we're going to go ahead and close it off for the day. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next one. Take care.